Well, climate scientists say Tennessee could see actually more tornadoes in its future. That's because Tornado Alley is actually shifting east.
Yeah, we saw this in USA Today. Todd, they're talking about this study from Northern Illinois University, finding that the past few decades tornadoes have actually decreased in what we consider Tornado Alley, Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas.
Yeah, they have. You know, while states along the Mississippi River, including Missouri and Illinois, are seeing an increase in twisters, scientists really don't know why this is happening necessarily. Even with the decline, Texas still gets more tornadoes than any other state as far as tornado frequency. It's important to note the impact because severe weather causes an average of $5.5 billion in damage each year. And now the impact area is shifting our way, at least over the last 30 years. An important reminder, climate is always changing. And a lot of times that reveals itself in these 20 and 30-year cycles. So in the last 30 years, perhaps a notable shift a little bit to the east, but still more frequent where they usually are in the plains.
And Todd, when we see them, they typically don't last quite as long, in part because of the geography.
In part because of the geography, exactly. And a lot of times in the Mississippi Valley in the east, you see more nighttime tornadoes, which is bad because they're harder to see. But yeah, a little bit of a trade-off, don't last as long. They typically last longer in the plains. They say there's good news, bad news. The good news, you can see it coming in the plains. The bad news, you can see it coming in the plains. So a little bit of a trade-off, but yeah, interesting study just being done there.